Hello. So this video is very important. The reason why it's important is because a lot of students have this problem with specialization to choose. And I've seen with my interaction with different colleges that this becomes a core problem. Why? Because they're not sure which one to choose. Many a time they choose based on the salary, the salary that they're getting, or they choose in terms of the latest trends that are happening, or they choose if some parents are saying, marketing is good or finance is good. Today, we're going to delve deep into which specialization choose and why. So pay attention and please remain to the last to understand what it is all about. Okay, so let me quickly share with you my presentation. All right, so there you go. Okay, so what I call is the MBA specialization blueprint. Yeah, so PGM degree has multiple futures. Which path is truly yours depends on you. Yeah. Don't choose a specialization, as I said, because it's trending. Choose one that fits your strength. What's your strength? We're going to talk about it. Your PGM specialization decide your salary, lifestyle, your future network. So choose very wisely. The wrong specialization that you choose can make PGM feel like burden, not just PGM, the entire life, right? I've seen people take a specialization and then struggle because it's not them, it's not what they are. Yeah, so your specialization is not just a subject, it's your career identity. Yep. So saying that, let's delve down. So it's a question to you: do I enjoy understanding why people buy what they buy? Or ask yourself, am I comfortable with ambiguous creative problem solving? Or you ask, hey, do I get excited about brands, about advertisement, about digital trends? Am I energized by working with cross-functional teams? I would add to that. Are you a person who kind of connects with people, loves to close deals, loves to negotiate? Who do you think the person is? Marketing. Yes, you guessed it right. Secondly, if you say, hey, do you enjoy numbers, spreadsheets, financial models? Am I wanting to get into investments, stocks, corporate strategy? Do I prefer structured problems with the right and wrong answers? Can I maintain focus and precision even under high pressure? We are talking about numbers game. Yes, you guessed it right. Finance. Perfect. Now, when I ask students, like, why do you want HR? Why do you want marketing? The first thing is, what, I'm interested. That's not the right answer. This thing that I'm just telling you, what, I want finance. Why? Because I love numbers. I like about investing, reading about investing, stock markets. I want to solve structural. This is the kind of answer that we expect, and this is what you should be. Make sense? Right? Then ask yourself if you derive energy from helping people solve problems. Conflict management is what we're talking about. Interest in organization structure, team dynamics, leadership, designing policies and systems, process improvement. You're right. It's HR. Finally, it is all about handling sensitive people, issues, conflict management. Yeah. So remember, there's always people say, so which specialization is the best? All are good specialization. Depends on you. Again, this presentation doesn't talk about data analytics, which is again a very favorite of mine. One specialization dedicated to one video dedicated to digital marketing, AI, and hyperbuild. Yeah, separate one. The other thing is, the way, if you're still confused, is we have got a lot of tests. There are a lot of tests which give you an indication. It's not the right thing. It's finally depends on you in terms of, but that indication would be like, any of these, the things that I just mentioned is going to indicate that. And based on that, you can take, the particular specific specialization. Let's move on. So the career trajectory would depends on your specialization and your curriculum that you would take in the college. Who are your network and your cohorts, the people who are going to work with you? Because generally, if I am a sales coach, right, I will have sales coaches with me. If I'm a assistant manager marketing, I generally connect with marketing people around. Yes, finance people are strength, but on a daily basis, who are you talking about? What are you discussing? And then it will also depend on the internship that you're saying. So choosing your MBA specialization is very critical, and it dictates your not just your classes but your professional entire ecosystem that we have. Yeah. So saying that, let's move on. Um, the three lens converges framework, very important. Focus on this. Yeah, it's all about your inner alignment, who you are, right? What is your cognitive strength? What is would be cognitive strength? It's all about how you behave, what you talk, how do you think, how do you learn, what is it in terms of your mental endurance, how do you focus on things, how do you respond to it? All that is part of it. So who you are is very important based on what specialization you take. Secondly is academic leverage. What do you know? Like suppose you're taking a commerce and then you're coming here and doing a postgraduate in finance. It's a regular thing. If you're in arts, I would say get into a more of either marketing and HR. I'm going to talk about that. And then those are some of the things which help you. So because based on your academic leverage, you decide your specialization, the horizon where the value is, and then actually look into the market demand trajectories and salaries, and then decide which specialization you take. Let's dive deep in terms of, let's say we are talking about marketing. So if you are if you are a creative person, you're a storyteller. Um, a big myth is, sir, I didn't like numbers, and then hence I came in marketing. Let me tell you, marketing is all about numbers. Marketing is all about KPIs. So if you're looking into this, please make sure that number game. Nowadays, it's not like you're going to design anything. Now it is all marketing is connected with sales, right? Another video on why sales is important is there. Please watch it. Now, so do I enjoy understanding why people buy what they buy? Am I comfortable with ambiguous creative problem solving? Do I excited about brands, digital trends, and rapid market shift? All that is marketing. The other thing is, are you comfortable with ambiguity? Why it is talking? Because once you meet a person, you're not sure what the problem is, right? You're going to delve deep. So if you're not somebody who wants everything very fixed, then this is not the place for you, right? If you're focused on consumer psychology, yes, it has to be very high. You need to be looking into consumer psychology, needs, want, desires. What is it all about? Preference of a rigid structure, I can say if it's low, it's okay. You need to work with different teams, because as a marketing person, as a person in sales and marketing, you need to connect with the person who is delivering the product, with speaking quality. We're talking about finance, we're talking HR, everybody. So cross functional collaboration is very important, especially the delivery teams and the finance teams are very important. Finance mindset, you're logical, you're structured, you're quantitative driven, you are extreme attention to detail. Something that a lot of my marketing guys are not into it, right? I would say they're great in numbers, but balance sheets, profit and loss statement, you need to be knowing the numbers, at the back of your hand. Yeah. So if you're into it, if you love those things, you definitely would look into finance. And I prefer telling people, I may be marketing, but I feel that if you can master this, the world is open for you. Yeah. Do I enjoy working with spreadsheet, financial models? Am I drawn to investing, stock market, or corporate strategy? Do I prefer structured problems with right and wrong answers? Can I work with numbers? Do I? You cannot have a tolerance for ambiguity. You need it. It cannot have ambiguity. चलेगा नहीं यहाँ पे. यहाँ पे तुमको fixed रहना है. There's nothing which is ambiguous and still working. And the balance sheets cannot be. It has to be fixed, right? And focus on risk assessment as such. Next, human resource, empathy, people person, right? So why I'm interested in HR? I like to talk to people. Well, you may talk to people, but do you have the empathy? Do you connect with them? Do you have the things about systems and policies and analytics, right? Interpersonal skills, your organization thinking, change management, leadership development, all that, right? So if you have all that, plus if you derive energy for helping people solve workplace, where will they go? If there's a person working in a department, his boss is not happy, the boss is making his life difficult, where will that person go? Yeah, so he needs to be with he needs to come to the HR, right? Do I enjoy policy design? Can I maintain objectivity when handling sensitive information? Yes, confidential salaries, the leaves, everything. So that's very sensitive. You need to be very careful. Yeah. So the idea is, if you see, there's a takeoff. The takeoff happens if you use your existing. Suppose you are a BCom studying entering finance, takeoff. But suppose you are taking something which is not your specialization, which you not your strength, then it becomes a problem, right? So like we have especially in the BA humanities, at Bachelor of Arts, and then you're wanting because parents are saying finance is great. You may do it. It's not difficult. Yeah, you could do it. I'm telling you, but it would be a difficult journey for you, and that's why we say next. The academic alignment heat map. So marketing management, if your graduation subject, we are talking about marketing. If you're talking about accounting and costing, we are talking about finance. If the organization behavior, we're talking about HR. Consumer behavior, both in HR and marketing. Economics, high in finance. Statistics, maths, obvious finance. Communication English actually is required by both, but high on marketing part of it. And yes, definitely HR. Finance may or may not be because you are kind of isolated. Yeah, psychology and sociology, very high in HR, but I would now say marketing is also big time in psychology because if you don't understand the customer, you cannot sell. Data structured, medium all through. That's what I can tell you. So yeah, you can do that. Again, if you're a BCom, BBA, finance is the way to go. If you're a science and engineering, BTech, finance, and then marketing, and then HR, arts and humanities, HR is a good option for you. Science, biology, pharma, marketing. Next, this is what we talk about is trajectory, right? Where do we start? Suppose we're talking about marketing. We start as a market research analyst. We get into CRM manager. We get into product marketing. We can, so within few years, you are a CMO, chief marketing officer, vice president marketing, and looking at salaries. Okay, you can say, sir, ये सब companies तो आते नहीं है मेरे college में. I understand that these companies are not coming, but are they recruiting marketing people? That's the question. Are you connected with them on LinkedIn? Are you meeting them? Are you sending your resume? Are you connecting with them? Then this is making sense, right? So yeah, even if they're not there, no worries, but you should know. High demand sectors, FMCG, HUL, P&G, Procter & Gamble, ITC, Flipkart, Amazon, Zoho, Freshworks, all these companies taking it, right? And digital transformation is definitely very high. So here I've given you some more companies, Nestle, ITC, Flipkart, 9K. I've given you brand management, product marketing, growth marketing, digital marketing, area sales. A lot of marketing guys focus on sales only, right? I understand it's a good thing to start with it. But there are others, area sales manager, category manager, business developer. In my marketing classes, I always talk about it. Yeah. The next thing is finance, right? Finance analyst, equity research. Then we have got the venture capitalist. Then we got CFO, finance director. Yes, can we see 50 to 120 lakhs? Yes, it exists. There are companies in India which they pay these salaries, right? So if you are up to it, start working towards it. So banking, HDFC, ICICI, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Blackstone, Razorpay, Zerodha, McKinsey, BCG, all the top 4, top 6. Yes, they take finance guys, MBA finance guys, remember. Okay, not the CA and CFA. That's definitely there, right? Cost accountant, they're there. But MBA finance students are also here. Go find out. And so again, so are these community colleges? May or may not be. But for you, it's to know that this exists and, put your trajectory and see how you can map it. Yeah. And then I've given this list of companies, other list of companies for you to refer to them and see what best you can do. Next, HR, talent acquisition, employee branding, sorry, business partner, HR business partner, L&D manager, people analytic leads. HR analytics is a big game. A lot of people are looking. So if you're taking HR, the second subject, go for analytics. Yeah. And then CHRO. So ITC, Infosys, actually a very big team. See, the bigger the company, they need more HR. Nowadays, definitely it's reducing, but definitely these come Deloitte, PwC. A lot of my friends are there in HR in different companies. Yeah. So this is important. Again, I've also given you the HR companies, as you can see, industries that are there, all industries, average salaries, big company, TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL, Accenture, and name it. Every company needs an HR. So if you think that, what HR is not a big and not a great specialization, I would say, yes, definitely a great place to be. Yeah. And then marketing, finance, and HR, what I've explained to you is how finance does pay you well, then follow the marketing and then follow the HR. And this is a thing. If this helps you in terms of what are the other skills that you need, go through it. It's definitely going to help you. We've been talking about it. Strength is important. Map your natural inclination. Do not go with what people say. Yeah, and then audit graduation subjects. Research career goals. You want to be a chief marketing officer. You want to be a chief financial officer. You want to be a chief HR and human resource officer. Work backwards. what do you need to do now so that you can be there, and also look into the industry, what they're in the industry right now, and map your careers accordingly. Yeah. Um, then I'm talking about the same step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Map your natural inclination, audit your graduation subjects, understand what's your goal, where do you want to see yourself in 5 to 7 years, and access your target industry. What are the industry that you want to? If it's FMCG, IT, consumer brand, IT services, light corporate, where do you want to be? And then work backwards. Just don't say, I'm sick and tired of people, students coming, sir, good company, good role. Come on, yes. You see what it is. Now be specific. Don't be generalist. If you're specific, you can earn more. If you're generalist, sir, kuch bhi job mil jata hai, not a good idea. Perfect. And then make sure the dual specialization that you take fits well. Again, great thing. A lot of MBA colleges, our colleges also have dual specialization. So marketing and finance analytics is a great track, but other also it's so this is how the three converge, that marketing, finance, and human resource. And suppose you're talking about marketing and finance. So pricing strategy, for product analytics, commercial finance, everything requires both. Yeah. So if you're talking about companies like Bajaj Finance, you need finance knowledge, you need marketing knowledge, because you need to sell insurance and you need to understand insurance. Yeah. Um, Next, so again, we are talking about why the creative analyst is a marketing guy, why a structured quant is a finance guy, why organization architect is more of a person who is HR person. Go through it. There's videos are there. I can send you the PPT also. This is going to help you. And then I've given you a kind of place where choose marketing if you have, and then choose finance if you are this, which you have repeated there, but I have broken it down with regards to your graduation subjects so that they can help you. And finally, again, I said there's no universally best specialization. The best choice is the one that perfectly aligns with your natural strength. If, as I said, as you can know and you're aware, I am a marketer. I love marketing, but I do respect finance and HR because I feel a person needs to know all of them. So that should be it. Hope this has been helpful. Again, a lot to be covered, lots to be said, but I just wanted to give you a sneak peek. If you want details, more than happy to share. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for being there till the last. Wish you all the best. Choose a specialization, make a great career, make your parent proud. Thank you so much.